Hi there, my name is Steph and I work for SALA Festival, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to complete an exhibition registration form for SALA 2020. The screen that you're looking at right now is our registration portal, but we haven't logged in yet. So you can use the functions at the top right of the screen to either create an account or log in. Fortunately, it remembers who I am, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. This is what you come to once you have logged in. If you've ever made a draft registration form, you'll see them down below and you can use the edit buttons to resume those forms. We're going to make a brand new one though, so feel free to hit that big blue button. Great, alright, the registration form is divided into 7 sections. Now please don't be daunted by this because a lot of them are very brief. The first thing we need to do is to use the hyperlinks to read the participant terms and conditions and the First Nations rights policy. You can then use the checkboxes to the left to agree to them. Registrant type simply asks if you've done SALA before. So you could be new, maybe you've done it for 1 year previously like me, or maybe 3 years or longer. I'm going to use return. Event type, just use your best guess here, and if you get it wrong, we'll let you know. If it's an exhibition, it's probably determined by how many artists are participating, but if it's a different kind of event online, you've got an option down the bottom, open studios. If you're a school, please tick education. I'm just going to tick solo artist. The contact details for SALA correspondence need to be for the primary person looking after the exhibition. Select what your relationship is to the exhibition and then fill in your details. Now it's important that you provide your residential address because if we send out any material, we are not able to send to post office boxes. So please use a residential address here. The form down the bottom is for the email addresses of participating artists. So if you can put them in there, that would be great and goes a long way towards keeping everyone informed as we head towards the festival. Once you've done that, you can use the Save and Continue button to progress to the next section. The next section is artist information. Now usually we'd put a name in and use the green button to save that artist. You can add as many as you like, and you'll notice that the number of artists is automatically rising with as many entries as we have here. If you don't want to name all of your artists, you can bump that up or down as appropriate. You can delete anyone that you need to. And if you don't want to use any names at all, perhaps you're a community group or a school, you can enter something as a collective name and adjust as needed. Once you've done that, you can save and continue. The third section is exhibition information. And while I'm at it, I'll just let you know that we have these little question marks that you can roll over for a bit of guidance if you need it. Experience is self-nominated, so don't worry if you're not sure which category you might fit into. Amateur generally is someone for whom art is a hobby. Emerging might be somebody who has recently graduated from art school or is in the first 5 years of their practice. Established is generally for someone for whom art is a career. And mixed group is great if you have a group exhibition with varying levels of experience. When you're looking at the medium, please ensure that you tick any that are appropriate. This helps you to be discoverable in the SALA program, and there's no reason that you should be limited to one. The exhibition title can be whatever you like, but we ask that you try not to use the word SALA because it can get confusing. Now this section here is a little bit confusing as well, but it's simple once you know what's going on. So we're not having a print program this year, which makes it confusing that it says for print. Instead, I want you to think of these 2 exhibition description fields as a preview text and the full body of text. So what I'm going to do is grab some pre-made text and plug it in just like that. So this is my little preview and this is my full text. In the exhibition description, feel free to discuss things that inspired the work, or perhaps some of the biographies of the participating artists, or perhaps there's something interesting connecting the work to the venue that it's being shown at. Or you might take the opportunity to share some accessibility requirements for the exhibition, whether it is physical or online. If you choose to share your website, please use the prefix, as you can see in grey. When you're looking at the event type, I'm doing a hypothetical online exhibition, but I might present an online artist talk at the same link, in which case I could tick that as well. Try to only choose what is relevant to this particular registration form. If you get any ideas to do something else, you can complete a brand new registration form if that keeps things a bit easier. Let us know if there'll be any work for sale at your exhibition, and let us know if the exhibition is family friendly. There's no issue if your exhibition is not family friendly, it just helps people to navigate the program appropriately. Publicity is a brand new section that we've added to the registration form, and it just gets communicated to our publicist. So anything that is noteworthy or interesting about your exhibition, feel free to put it in here in dot point format. One good example I had from last year is that there was an exhibition with 3 generations of artists, but maybe it's your first ever solo exhibition or something else. So pop whatever you want to in there and then save and continue. Section 4 is venue information. Now there are 2 ways to approach this. If you are having an online exhibition, leave this checkbox ticked and any irrelevant fields will remain greyed out. The one thing you will need to provide is the link to the exhibition, including the prefix. Please ensure that you link directly to the page that we need to go to rather than just a home page. We don't want people to have to navigate unnecessarily. Once you've done that, you can save and continue. If you are doing a physical exhibition within physical distancing restrictions, untick that box and then enter the details for your venue. So I think I've got a hypothetical made up venue. The website becomes less relevant or less necessary, I guess, when you have a physical venue. But the one thing you really do need to get right is providing an address so that people can actually go and see it. Ensure that location has chosen the right area, and then come down to this map section and make sure that the pin has lined up with the actual venue. If it's fallen somewhere else, you can drag and drop it to where it's meant to be. And this is used in our SALA app, where there's a map that you can see where various exhibitions are around you. Once you've done that, you can save and continue. Section 5 is dates and times. Now, if you have an online exhibition, you probably haven't thought too much about the start and end date. Maybe we'll just say from the 1st of August, which is the start of the festival period, and maybe we'll just say to the 31st. Now, my online exhibition never closes, so I'm going to select all of those days of the week and viewable 24/7. And that's it. If you have a physical exhibition, you're going to have to ask your venue when they're open. So let's just say my little made up cafe is open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. I would do all those times like that. But maybe they're open on the weekend at different times. So I'm going to add another set of days and times and just select Saturday because it has unique times of 9 till, let's say, 4. And then maybe Sunday is different again. And I might say they're open 11 till 4 Obviously, you will consult with your venue and make sure that these are accurate times, not ones that you've made up. And then maybe things are a little more complicated because perhaps there's one Sunday in August that they will be closed. And we can do this by selecting Sunday and saying closed, or perhaps they shut early, in which case you can enter those times. Then we say that this is the exception. A drop-down menu will appear that represents the weeks of the year. Every week is assumed to start on a Monday, so you need to figure out which week your date falls into and just check that it turns out correct. So if it was the 23rd of August that they are closed, it's created that exception for you. If you're holding an opening event, which I know is a bit iffy for most people given restrictions, you can enter it in here. If you're having a live opening event, like a live stream, you can enter that in here as well. So we'll just say 1st of August, and then you can enter the time. I think 6 o'clock is a sweet spot for openings, isn't it? Then you can save and continue. Section 6 is images. We ask that you try to use a JPEG format or PNG format for your images, and that you try to keep them less than 10 megabytes. If your images are too big, you might have difficulty uploading them. One thing that's important to note is that we do not accept logos or images that are not your own, such as stock images. We really want you to be uploading images of the artwork that will be in the exhibition, or images of artwork that is very similar by the same artists. So I'm going to browse and find an image of my own work. You can zoom in, you can rotate. I'm gonna give it a name. Choose my medium and then upload that image. It should appear like so, and I'm just going to go and add a second one because why not? And in the online program, the image that represents your exhibition will likely rotate between these two images, which is quite nice. Only the fields with the asterisks are required, so I'm going to go ahead like so. And once you've done that, the only thing left to do is to ensure that your favorite image is selected as primary image. And then you can save and continue. Now we've come to the end of the form. If you would like to make a donation to SALA, you can use a pre-made amount, you can enter a custom amount, or you can leave it as 0 and proceed. We have a little note about the awards that you will become eligible for once you have submitted your registration. You can use your registration number to enter those awards from the same registration portal that we looked at the beginning, but I won't go through that in this video. Now, once you've gotten to the bottom here, if there's any information that you think might change or that you haven't quite completed or maybe wanted to further refine a bit later, you can use the Save and Exit button, and your registration form will remain as a draft that you can access by logging back in. If you think that you've polished it to the best you can and that all the information is correct and will remain correct, you can submit your exhibition with the blue button here. Once you've clicked the blue button, you will see a bit of a rundown of what you've submitted. You need to click this little tick box to say that you understand that we will publish this information, and then click this big red button here. Now, if you get taken back to the start of your form, look up the top and it will tell you why it didn't work. So I went back and deleted the title so that we could test this out, and now I've added it back in. Once you've made those adjustments, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page again and give it another go. Once again, you can check over your information, you need to confirm that it's correct, and submit your exhibition registration. Now our registration form hasn't actually gone through yet. We've got one last step. If you have opted to make a donation, please click on the Pay with Invoice text and then click on the blue button below. If you do not want to make a donation and your cost is $0, you need to select Register Without Payment and click the button below. This will then push your registration through to SALA. Great. When you come back to this screen, you can check that your exhibition was submitted by looking in this little table. I've obviously submitted it a few times, but you should have one with yes in green. Once you've done that, you're all done. If you need any help with this process, please get in touch with the SALA team. You can call us on 7077 0011 and you can leave a message and we'll get back to you. Or you can email office@salafestival.com and we'll be really glad to give you a hand. Other than that, happy registering and we look forward to having you in the festival. Thank you.